Hey party people, and welcome back to MVM. And today I'm going to be doing a preview, and this is a paid preview sponsored by Spielcraft for Cretaceous Rails. This is a 1 to 4 player game, and what you're doing is you're going out as these different corporations, and you're trying to go out in the jungle, and you're showing them. It's kind of like you're going through this time warp, and you're competing to show tourists different things by laying track and going out in the forest. You're cutting down some of the forests, and you're bringing those back, but you're also showing them dinosaurs, which will help you score points, but you're also capturing those dinosaurs and bringing them back to unlock a tableau over here of cards. And as you do that, your dinosaurs will go up in worth and you'll score more points. But this game generally has some worker placement, some route building, so it's kind of a train game, and then also some tableau building over here that's going to help you trigger and unlock more things, but also help you unlock more scoring. There's a lot going on here. This is a medium weight game, and for some people this might be heavier than what they think, what they see on the surface. But hopefully I give you a good idea of how this game works so that you can make an informed backing decision. I always want to make sure I highlight that. Not going to tell you just go out and back that stuff. I generally, what I tell people is if you're watching this preview, it's because I generally like my experience with the game. I would just say that I like my experience. That's why it's here. Okay, so let's dig in. During the game, you're going to start out on your turn, and the turn is going to go around here, and that's based on where this first player marker here is. You're going to have these 4 markers here, your corporation board, and you're going to start out with all these asymmetrical. As you can see, they have a different start out here. I got a purple dinosaur here, I got a green one over here, Triceratops over here, I got jungle pieces, and I got different types of tourists. There are 4 different tourists in the game, and then I also have some cards that are built already. These will not be built, it'd be blank over here. Then I have a whole bunch of train pieces that I'm going to be laying out here, and then I also have my train that symbolizes what's coming back on my train here. Of course, I'm setting this up and just knocking everything down. We've already got this set up here, but when you're playing in any multiplayer game, you're going to have these different types of boards. I got several over here that are going to be for different types of setups, so you can just kind of set it up however you want. As long as the train is not back here or kind of off or whatnot, you can set up however you want. So that gives you a different setup, and there's even tiles for flipping those over. As you can see, there's tourists out here already in these sections, and then there's tourists over here that start out in the player sections, and those will be the only tourists that come out. You're putting these in a bag, you're shaking it up, and this is what comes out, and that's the way it is. Same thing with these dinosaurs. As you flip these tiles over, you're just going to notice the patterns of what dinosaurs are there, and where the volcanoes are, and of course where the people would be. So these are all things that factor into how you want to start the game. All right, so players will lay out their first set of tracks out there. There's different lays of tracks that are going on out here for just give you an idea. As you lay more tracks, pretty much everything that's adjacent to the tracks that you lay out, like this here and that one here, they are all adjacent. Now, what you're going to do on your turn is you're going to use one of your, I believe they're called executive markers here, and you're going to place them. This is the interesting part here. You're going to be placing them in between lines that will represent the 2 actions you take this turn. All right, so you can put them here. Your opponent may put one here. They don't have to connect or anything from your previous one. People can place however they want to. They give you a number 1, 2, 3, and 4 to represent your first, second, third, and fourth actions. You'll be taking 4 actions around, 4 total actions in a round. There are 4 rounds in a game. So the first action I'm actually going to take, I'm going to show you a couple different things that can happen. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to lay some rails, and that's 2 rails, and then I'm also going to do clear jungle. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to start out as the player here, and I'm going to lay 2 tracks. So I'm going to lay tracks like this, and when I lay them down, I'm trying to basically set up myself so I can bring back certain types of dinosaurs. You see there are jungle tokens out here, and there are dinosaurs. In order to do the things that I want to do, I have to clear jungle, and that's what my other action is. I'm going to clear some jungle, and as you can see, it's touching those 2, so I take those 2 actions. I'm going to clear this jungle and pull on a jungle token, and that goes over to my train card. Now, you notice I have 3 in the beginning. If you don't have any train cars and you're trying to do things that you can't do, you're not going to be able to take that turn. But these fill up, and there's only 1 piece you can put on each one. Now I've cleared my jungle. that's my turn. And once I do that, I've freed up space for now being able to take dinosaurs or show tourists that dinosaur. Now I'm going to do this with the blue character here, and I have this this card here just to show you that everybody starts with the card, but I'm going to pull this off for right now. I should also say this. As you can see, my stars and their stars are different because different corporations start out with certain dinosaurs being more popular, and I'll go into why that's important. But for the second character, they're going to do something like this. They're going to go with, let's see, they're going to go with cards. Yeah, let's see. They're going to go with some cards. Yeah, let's go with that. We're going to go with some cards. We're going to go with some cards, and we're going to build a card. So when you do this, you're going to build resort cards. These cards right here are going to be part of your engine building from your Tableau in the game. You see these cards over here. You have levels 1, 2, and 3. This is really important because you're going to be trying to bring back dinosaurs off your rails. You're going to be trying to bring them off your rails to bring them to your board, and eventually you'll be placing them on cards as you see here, along with jungle pieces and along with tourists, to build those cards up. And what they do is they allow you to break actions in the game, giving you extra jungle catches, giving you other ways to score. And this is how you will gain scoring cards in the game. So not only will you gain actions that make things better or make your scoring better, but they will also add more train cards, and they will also at the bottom of the cards give you more scoring. I'll show you pictures of those during the game. But you're going to get two of these cards, and I'm just going to take this one. You can have any amount of cards in your hand. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for things that will help me get more train cards. I'm looking for things that will lean into what I may already have in my inventory. Like, I like this purple character here. I like this purple card right here because it's going to allow me to use looks like I want to do, when I do a tourist action, I can do that in places where there's jungles already. So I'm not bounded by that. Now it says that I can build cards as well. So I'm going to go ahead and build my resort cards. Well, let's see if I have the resources. Yes, I do. I have the resources for this card here. It's going to allow me to, like I said, do the tourist action. And I'm going to go ahead and put this card here. I can only do this in one level if I choose to do it, but I also can build up if I have a card below it. So I'm just going to do this. I might slide this over a little bit here so you can see what's going on. Let's move that, slide that over. We'll slide everything over a little bit, give you a little space so you can see, and then I'll build right there. Now, if I build another card, it has to be built on that first level. I'm just going to do this so you can see what's going on, but I'm going to put this character here. Okay, and I can build as many cards as I want for my hand. And I'm going to build this dinosaur card right here. And when I built this dinosaur card, I have the two pieces for it. I have the purple dinosaur and whatnot. I may even have cards that say, hey, you can pay one less resource and put them on there. Now, what does this do? Why are we putting dinosaurs on here? Several reasons. One, we're putting dinosaurs over here because wherever they are at the end of the game, these will be worth the actual points. You have points that they are worth down here. But if you also have dinosaurs here, they're only worth half the points. So you don't want to have dinosaurs that are worth half the points. You want to get the full points if they're over here. So even these jungle pieces could be worth points at the end of the game. That's all based on the bottom of the cards. So built cards on the bottom have these different scoring things. It will score for your rails. It may score for jungle pieces. It may score for being adjacent to these having rails and things next to these volcanoes. It may have certain tours. It will have all kinds of things that help you score. So there's a lot of combolicious tableaus that will play out depending on how you play your game. And you want to just have those cards, because without them, your rails won't score, your people won't score, your jungle tokens won't score. All these potential things that will score won't unless you have the cards, and they make them more powerful with the scoring as well. The more of those cards you have, the more multiples you get. So the scores can get really ridiculous in this game. It's a very rewarding type game. So all right, so we've taken cards, we've taken our cards, and then we've also taken the actions. And one of the things that you need to know is that as you go up higher on these tracks, so let's say I choose to build on the second level, there may be more potent actions there. So like, let's say I cutting down jungle pieces. I can go a little bit higher, and the higher I go, the more of that action I'll get. Let's see, I got one here, clear jungle. As I get higher on here, I may get to cut down not just one piece of jungle like I just did. I may get to be able to cut down 2 or 3 or 4 pieces of jungle. So now you're cutting out everything around you, and you're clearing up so much forest that you can do that. I'm just going to take this and give this to the player for the second one there, and just kind of play it out so I can show you. Now they've cleared up spaces for this dinosaur and this dinosaur to show the tourists. So we're going to show you that next. But that's what this Tableau does. This is a big part of the game, and it's also going to give you scoring, which is the biggest part of the game, and you got to pay attention to, as you bring these dinosaurs back, how far they go and what you could potentially score. It's kind of ridiculous. Trust me, you'll be like, whoa, this is awesome. All right, you're kind of like, this is very pleasing. Okay, so we've taken our first action. I'm going to show you, let's see here, we got, let's see, oh, whoops, number 2. So we got number 2. I think I am going to show you just, let's see here, we're going to show you tourists and caption a dinosaur. So what we're going to do is, now we want to choose to either capture dinosaurs or show tourists. So we have these tourists out here. Like I said, they're not going to be replaced during the game, and they're of different colors. They want to see the same matching color dinosaurs. As you can see, blue, red, blue, green, red, and purple. They want to see those things. So if you show them the exact same color, the more of that color you show them, the more points you get. And I'm just going to lay this out here. Let's go ahead and lay some more track out here, where we'll move a jungle piece to kind of give you an idea. I'm just going to pull this off of here. What we're going to do is we're going to see this jungle piece. So I can see this one here. I can see this one here. And we're going to make this purple person here. We're going to make this purple person see the dinosaurs that are clear that match the purple there. So first of all, I'm going to bring her back. Okay, I'm going to bring her back, and she's going to see not 1, but 2 dinosaurs there. And what that's going to do is it's going to raise the value 1, 2 for the purple dinosaurs. She'll be removed and she'll join your train, okay? And now she'll be able to be pulled off for using for your cards and potentially things like that. But I got to unload that train. We're going to talk about that next. As a matter of fact, I'm going to prep myself for this one here a little bit. As you can see, you got to add train cars. You got to kind of have room for these things. I'm cheating, okay? I'm cheating. So if you get this final copy and you're like, why is he doing all this stuff? It's to show you the game, okay? It's to show you components. So that's my action. And the more of this I do, the better it is. Now, players will see that and they may go, I want some of that action too on my turn, or they may try to take these dinosaurs. So this second action that I have here that's in between these two is I'm going to capture a dinosaur. Now, I can only capture dinosaurs that don't have jungle around them, and that's these 2. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one off and bring it back. Now, if I had some cool other actions in my Tableau that allow me to bring more, I would bring more. I just have to have space on here. Now, once I do that, what I'm trying to do is take dinosaurs. I want to target the ones that are going to bring these back. But that's my 2 actions in there. So I've laid the tile track. Okay, we're good. And that would be my turn. Now, that's really all the actions that are going to happen out there. But let's just say I wanted to do the same thing. I could see tourists and grab cards. But let me just say I want to grab the first player token. So maybe I just grab the first player token, and now I'll be able to go first for next round. And that's kind of how these things cycle. But maybe maybe I have a bunch of jungle pieces. Let's just say I have a bunch of jungle pieces, and I'll just say I have a dinosaur and I've cleared this out like that. And maybe I want to unload my train. It's getting a little full. I can not take one of my actions. and unload my train. So I can unload my train on here, and that's going to be one of my actions. I will tell you, at the end of the round, they just come off automatically if you want. But you may want to use an action because so much is going on out here, you just want to pull things back from your train. So let's just go ahead and do that. For my next action, maybe I want to unload my train, and I would have to take another action as well. So like, let's say I just put it out there. I want to lay more track. I lay more track. Okay, lay more track. And instead of taking my second action, I will remove, instead of building cards, I will go ahead and pull back and pull my stuff off there. That's the general run of how this goes. We're going to keep doing that till we get to our 4 actions, and then we move on to the end of the round. Anything that's not loaded will unload right here. All these cards will wipe away, so you got to make sure you get the cards that you want. And then you're going to shuffle these tiles up and create a new pool of a new pool of 4x4 tiles. The key here is that you really want to pay attention to how this lays out. You got the first player token, you get first dibs at this stuff. But you pretty much see exactly how things are going to play out. And I should say this, if you are scoring, I forgot to tell you this, if you are out here and you're pulling off dinosaurs, if this matches the color, you can make this match any color that you're pulling off. So let's say there was a volcano right next to those purple dinosaurs. I would add another one to that count. So I would have 1, 2, 3 dinosaurs. I forgot to talk about that. That's how the game goes. I hope you get an understanding of what's going on here. Like I said, you're going to be paying attention to the lines between. As you can tell, this is a 2-player game and a 4-player game. It gets extra tight of how these things are placed. People are kind of interacting with what you're trying to do. People may try to take off dinosaurs before you get to those dinosaurs and kind of cut that off. You can share lanes with this, so you can do things like this. Not like it's just everybody set up on this. So let's say I cross paths, you can have at least only 2 of these things, so you can do like this, so people can kind of cut each other off as well. So this boom here, if I wanted to lay it like this, you can do that, but a 3rd player will be cut off from that, so you got to pay attention to that with the rails as well. There's a lot that goes on in this game, and the people I played it with were like, whoa, this is a lot more intense than I thought. This is a lot more thinky than I thought. This is definitely a medium weight game. Do not be fooled. But there's a combination of that really that really intense worker placement game and the strategy of getting your track off here and the timing of unloading your trains, and then what kind of tableau am I going to build over here that helps me take shortcuts and bringing off dinosaurs and getting more pieces on here so that I can score certain things at the end of the game. That's what this game does. It gives you thinky turns all the time, and it rewards you for really good play if you can get that engine kind of going over. You can get that scoring set up over here at the end of the game. There's no real engine building. It's more so like you're building up ways to break the game, that should be pretty pleasing for those types of Euro gamers. That's what I'll say about Cretaceous Rails. This definitely has a lot of strategy. It has a lot of just enough interaction by placing out here, and enough pleasing moments when you build the right tableau. Hopefully that gives you an idea of how this game works and what I'm trying to get across to you about Cretaceous Rails. I hope you make an informed backing decision, because I can't tell you what to do with your money. And with that, party people, you take care, ask questions in the comments below, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me on MVM. I hope everyone has fun at your table.